Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Vail Daily Live. My name is Trisha Swenson, and I'm with the Vail Daily here in the Vail Daily offices. We're coming to you live today from 7 to 8:30 and every day. And you can always watch us on demand if you can't wake up this early. This is Mountain Standard Time, and now we have a lot of people checking in from different time zones, different states, different countries even. So I want to just give you the details on how you can stay connected to the Vail Valley. You can watch us, of course, online on YouTube and Facebook and utilize the chat features. We'd love to hear how you're doing, what you're doing for Father's Day weekend. If you got any rain last night where you live, we're so happy to see a little bit of that rain come through the Vail Valley. We'll give you weather details this morning as well. But you can also check us out later, watch us on demand. You can watch us on Facebook and YouTube again on demand. You can also check in with Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and we're a podcast on Spotify. So a lot of different ways to stay in touch with what's going on in the Vail Valley this summer. And we have so many things happening. So we want to let you know what we're doing on the show today. So I'm in the studio, but we're going to have Brazzo hanging out at the Vail Arts Festival. We're going to have Charlie hanging out at the Drunken Goat down in Edwards. She's going to be talking to Casey, who's the owner of the Drunken Goat, and also the authors of Colorado's Highest, the history of naming the 1,400-foot peaks. And then the St. Vincent Land Raffle. We have one more week, a little less than a week, for you to get your tickets for that. And then other events around the valley, especially what's going on for Father's Day, which is tomorrow. So a lot of fun things happening this weekend. And well, let's get to the weather first, because that was the big headline yesterday. I was heading home. I was thinking I was going to get a bike ride in yesterday evening, and the sprinkles started happening. I thought, this won't last long. We haven't had hardly any rain in weeks. Well, it did produce some lightning. We had some thunder as well, a little bit of moisture in the Edwards area. I talked to Steve Mercado from the St. Vincent Health down in Leadville. They're going to be on the show today. He said that it dumped in Leadville, so it's good for some parts of the region to get rain. Hopefully we'll get some more, and we do have a chance of it in this afternoon. So for today, we'll see cooler temperatures. We'll be in the mid to upper 70s in Vail and a bit warmer down valley. Right now, we're seeing temperatures right around the 50s for most of the I-70 corridor in the high country. Eagle 57, Vail 54, Edwards 57, and Avon 55. Denver's already at 66 degrees. But as we go through the day, we have a chance of thunderstorms likely mainly between 3 and 5 p.m. And we could see a little bit of that patchy smoke going on too from the wildfires that they're fighting down in Arizona, New Mexico. And we'll see winds about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Not too bad, but sometimes before the storm happens, they get a little churned up. So watch out for that. I've got a tea time at 2:50, so I think it's going to be raining right when I'm going to be heading out there to do some golf. So hopefully it'll be quick in our area. But that's a quick look at the weather, brought to you by Carrots, creating heirlooms since 1970. They're a really cool gallery right in the heart of Vail Village next to Latour. Talked to Dan Talene. It's been amazing what he's been able to create in the last 5 decades. But we're going to take it outside now. We're going to find out what our folks are doing in their remote locations. Let's see. Who do we have first? Brazzo? All right. Brazzo, we're bringing you in.
Morning, Trisha. How are you today?
I'm good. Okay. It looks like you're in Lion's Head.
Yeah, I'm in Lion's Head. I'm in the village. I'm going to be showing you all a little bit of the art show that is happening today from 9:30 to 6 and tomorrow 9:30 to 4 p.m. And I'm going to interview a few of the artists today. So I'm excited to see what's going on.
Yeah.
I also have a tea time, Trisha. I'm a little concerned about the weather cloudy here. I have 12:18. I think I'm going to beat you. I'm going to put 9 holes before we get rain potential.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll have to compare our weather reports and our scores later today.
Absolutely. I know my
All right.
scores.
No,
play
I
for
see.
scores.
I see you're wearing the down puffy. Is it cold in Vail? Like, what does it feel like?
You know, it's a little chilly. It probably feels like mid-30s, around 40s. It's not bad. I'm wearing flippy flappies too. You know.
Okay, you got your. I like it. Winter on the top, summer on the bottom. There
Yeah,
we go.
just keep it a little warm. You know, it's not cold, but I don't want to get cold. So I'm like, it's
I know.
more of a cautionary
Yeah.
jacket instead of
It's more of a comfort jacket. All right, perfect. I was out in Lionshead yesterday and I had a chance to interview some of the artists, and it's just amazing the talent that's out there and the variety. I interviewed a artist that works with oils and chalk drawings and that sort of thing, and then another artist that does photography. But the way he situates it and just the technology that's used today is pretty amazing. And both of these guys had full-on careers, and they had recently retired. So this was a hobby that's now become kind of their main gig, and they're traveling all around these
Wow.
different places. But I understand there'll be about 50 artists there this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be around 50 artists. It's going to be all day today, almost all day tomorrow. So just come over and take a look. I'm excited because you see a little bit of a variety of painting, handcraft, sculptures, a lot of beautiful stuff. So
Yeah.
I highly recommend it to stop by and check it out.
Yeah, it looks like people are on the move. I saw some people getting coffee. I know you're near a couple of coffee shops, so I do expect you to go find some flavor this morning.
No trees. You know how I roll. I set the counter next to the coffee shop.
Okay. Hey, any big plans for Father's Day for you tomorrow?
Well, it's my wife's and my mother-in-law off day too. So I think I'm gonna be a giver. So I send them to do manicures, pedicures, and I can stay with my baby. So I'm gonna hang out with the girl. I had a busy week, so I really want to enjoy my kids.
A little
Dorothy had
downtime.
a big track meet yesterday, and
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
spend much time with him. So I just want to stay at home and hang out with them.
Yeah. How did the track meet go yesterday?
They did great. They qualified to states, so they're gonna
Okay.
do the 4x2. So you're doing good. Those boys are fast and
Okay.
a bunch of really good kids.
Okay, awesome. Well, that's so fun. Okay, good. All right, Brazzo. Okay, we'll
See
check
you in a
with
minute.
Brazzo throughout the morning. And now Charlie is standing by, and she is at the Drunken Goat, which is in Edwards at the Edwards Corner, and just a fun, popular place for many, many years. It was Eat Drink, and it switched over to Drunken Goat basically 2 years ago or so. And Charlie, good to see you there. How are things? Oh, you moved inside. All right.
Yeah, we're inside the Drunken Goat. It's beautiful. I love the decor. I can't wait for you guys to come in soon and have a look.
Oh yeah. Now, Charlie, how have you been? What's been going on?
Nothing much, it's a nice morning. I've just hobbled my way inside, but it's nice and warm in here. So yeah, the Drunken Goat's off of the Edwards Village Boulevard. So it's my first time in here as the Drunken Goat, so I'm excited.
Yeah. Oh, I know. They've done such a good job with that, and it's been such a popular place. They've got one of the sunniest decks in Edwards, so they keep the sunshine all the way until it goes sets below the hill. There's no buildings really in their way, so yeah, I like going there as well. And even on a warm like spring day, they were really busy. You don't have to wait for summer there.
I know they've got a gorgeous outdoor patio. There's a water fountain. It's just lovely. And later we'll talk about the live music that they have here too. So I can't wait to fill you guys in.
I know they were one of the first places that I went to see live music, after kind of post-pandemic and everything. So it's been fun, and they have a variety of artists that they have play each week. So that's been great. I know Matt Garth plays there, and of course we have Dave Perrin playing there. So that'll be cool, Charlie. All right, so we'll check in with Charlie in just a few minutes as well to hear more from Casey, their owner at the Drunken Goat. But a lot of things going on today's show. We'll give you a look at the headlines. We're going to talk to one of the Vail Daily reporters about some of the stories that are in the paper. One of them, what is in the night sky? If you've heard about SpaceX Starlink satellites, you'll want to read today's story. And then we'll also, be giving you some ideas on what to do for Father's Day. And I think what's going to be really interesting is Colorado's highest, that history of naming the 14,000-foot peaks. There's going to be a book signing today at the Bookworm in Riverwalk in Edwards. So it should be a lot of fun. But once again, you can chat with us. We want to hear what you're doing. Did it rain at your house last night? What are you doing for Father's Day? Send us your pictures as well. Send us your videos. You can do that by going to Vail Daily Live /submit and send us some fun fun things that you're doing this summer. We'd like to see what you're up to. Also, tag us on Instagram. Maybe we'll put you on the show. And then don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to YouTube, like us on Facebook. That way you'll get the alerts when we're about to go live with Vail Daily Live. All right, we're going to take it to a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to let you know what made headlines in today's Vail Daily.
Plastic surgery isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling good. At Mangett Plastic Surgery Institute and Skincare, from the moment you walk in the door, we want you to feel confident and empowered, while our team of specialists help you find the best version of yourself. With two of the nation's leading plastic surgeons right here in the mountains, we have one goal: personalized care with exceptional results. Mangett Plastic Surgery Institute and Skincare. Your beauty should be effortless.
We are back. I want to give you a look at the headlines for today, which is Saturday, June 19th. And on the cover, you can see one of the kids who headed over to the Vail Arts Festival. This is Hakan Kavets, 7 years old, of Denver. He learns to paint with artist Mark Jennison of Denver during the Vail Arts Festival. Friday Line said Jennison allowed people to paint on a work in progress to teach them painting techniques. More on this on page A2. Great photos from yesterday's show, which continues today and tomorrow. But headlines for today: help wanted all over. A delay in employees returning to the workforce presents an existential threat for battered Valley businesses struggling to staff up for the summer. Also in today's paper, no, those aren't UFOs over Eagle County, just a constellation of SpaceX Starlink satellites. More on this on page A4. And in state news, Colorado's undocumented workers had to survive the pandemic without government aid. Next time may be different. More on page A18. And in the arts and entertainment section, Town of Vail unveils 3 new public art installations. You can learn more about this on page B1. It was on the cover of the Vail Daily yesterday. Kind of cool to see what they're doing with several projects. One is at the Vail Transportation Center. We've got one at Stevens Park Playground. And then Jamie Molina and Pedro Barrios, known as the Worst Crew, quote unquote, finished the ventilation stacks west of the Dobson Ice Arena Thursday in Vail. So you can check out all this public art on page B1 of today's Vail Daily. And we're going to learn more about that SpaceX satellite story and what a lot of people thought it could have been. We're going to have Allie Longwell here. She's one of our reporters at the Vail Daily. So stick around for that. I want to give you a look at what's happening with our weather. I want to thank Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea for keeping me hydrated this morning. Got a little water in my vessel, but if you want to stop by and get some coffee, you can do so at their Beaver Creek location where the old Starbucks used to be, or their station in their roastery right there in Minturn. Just before you get into town on Highway 24, take a left and you're right there. And you can see all the roastery happenings behind the glass, just behind the service counter. But let's talk about the weather now. Town of Avon, thank you for this weather. They are the heart of the valley. Don't forget, we have the Burnsville Blues Band playing tomorrow night for Sunset Live, the free Sunset concert series that happens at 6 p.m. right on the terrace, the backside of the big performance pavilion. You can bring your stand-up paddleboard. You can bring your picnic. You can just sit on some of the chairs. That's going to be tomorrow night. But weather-wise for today, well, we are going to see cooler temperatures. We'll be in the mid to upper 70s for Vail, and then down valley a bit warmer, but a little more cloud cover here today, and an increased chance of showers. We have about a 20% chance of showers earlier in the day. That'll move to about a 60% chance of showers as we get into the afternoon. Showers likely, if they're going to happen, will be between about 3 and 5 p.m. And there also could be a little of that haze, some of that smoke from the forest fires that they're fighting down in Arizona, down in New Mexico. So that could come into play too. So just keep that in mind today. Still wear the sunscreen, wear the sunglasses. You can get those dangerous UV rays that still penetrate through those clouds. But once again, that chance of precipitation about a 60% in the middle of the afternoon. And then tonight, about a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly before 9 p.m. And then the next couple of days, we'll see sunny with a high in the upper 70s for your Sunday. And then for your Monday, a little warmer, 79 degrees, and pretty clear throughout the day for the next couple of days until about Wednesday. Then we could see a few more clouds. And that cloud cover could really cool things off. It's kind of interesting just what the difference it makes. So if it does get warm and sunny, if you find a slice of shade, you'll be good to go. But Rachel, what do we got next? We got Rachel in the director booth. She had a couple days off. She was at Sylvan Lake. She went camping. So she was enjoying this. Oh, speaking of camping, stage 1 fire restrictions are in effect now. So that kind of changes the landscape of how you do campfires when you're camping. You need to do campfires in designated fire rings, the campfire rings. And please make sure they're completely out before you leave the campsite in the morning or whatever you decide to leave. Pour a bucket of water on there, stir it up, make sure there's no hot coals there on the campfire, just due to these fire restrictions and our dry conditions out there. But let's take it over to Charlie. She's standing by in Edwards at the Drunken Goat, which is at the corner at Edwards, right off of Edwards Village Boulevard. Hello there, guys. How are you?
Hi,
All
we're
right.
good. So this is Casey Glowacki. He's the owner of the Drunken Goat, and he's joined us this morning to tell us all about the history of him and the Drunken Goat. So tell us where you're from, Casey.
I'm actually from Denver, Colorado, originally, but I've been living in Charleston for the last 20 years.
Oh, nice.
So Charleston, South Carolina, and running some restaurants there. I'd started a restaurant a long time ago, and then sort of expanded, and then the mountains started calling. And
Yeah.
So I sold my restaurants there and came here, bought Eat Drink. It looked like a great business with Cut. Also, I have some butcher experience and been a chef for 30 years, and I thought it seemed like a really fun business to run, and Edwards is just an amazing community. So
yeah, it's definitely
great place to raise our family.
Great location too, and today we've got the farmers market beginning, so hopefully you'll get some people in here and
For sure.
stuff like that. Okay, so tell us what inspired the name. Did anything inspire the name, the Drunken Goat?
So the Drunken Goat was just we were trying to come up with a name that would signal a place to drink wine and have cheese, and so Drunken Goat sort of popped up, and there was a couple other contenders in our name, and we sent out with the help of 970. They helped us with some branding.
Okay.
970 Design, Slade and his team over there, and we sent out a text message questionnaire of the different names, and Drunken Goat won. It was risky because we didn't want to really come off as a place necessarily to get drunk.
Yeah.
But it's whimsical and it's unforgettable, and we get a lot of compliments on the name.
It's definitely unforgettable. I love the name personally. So I love the space, I love the decorations.
Thank
and
you.
then, so you have lots of live music taking place throughout the week, is that right?
Yeah, we've sort of become this live music venue, and with the help of my general manager, Lily Doran, I mean, we just really tapped into the community of trying to make this a locals place to hang out. So of course our mainstays that Trisha mentioned before was Matt Garth, who's like a super local favorite, and Dave Perrin. These two, and then with There's several other artists that rotate, but those are our mainstays. So we're doing happy hour or live music from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So like a 5 to 8 slot, and then Sunday a 2 to 5.
That's so great.
Brilliant.
That's awesome. Yeah, I must admit, I drove past the other day and saw live music, so I thought I'd have to check it out.
The patio comes alive.
I bet, yeah, it looked so busy. So you have some happy hour specials.
And then happy hour has become sort of our staple here. It seems like.
What do you have food-wise on the happy hour?
It all kind of started with $1.50 oysters. So one day we were sitting on 300 oysters that we had over ordered or whatever had happened, and we said, let's just do oysters for happy hour today, and it just sort of stuck. And so along with $6 wines, $4 beers, and discounted cheese boards and appetizers, it's really become an affordable place to grab a snack, happy hour, and après, whatever. So people ride their bike and park it and sit outside on the wall and have a water fountain and get some sun. And
what's the most popular plate that people order when they are just hanging out in the day and they pop in? Do they order, because you have a full service restaurant with a full menu as well? Right.
So our salads are really popular this time of the year. So I think we've got an excellent salad menu. Our cheese boards, of course, people love to pair cheese with wine.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, and so it's a snacky type menu. We've added some new dishes for the summer, ceviche, and there's lighter dishes like poke, and we're always doing our soups, and so it's just a great menu to kind of like just enjoy.
For sure.
Friends and it's become sort of this tapas style of dining where people sit down and have a couple bruschettas, share a salad, share a cheese board, and really enjoy themselves.
That's wonderful. I find that that's a bit different around here too. And then you guys have more of a grab and go section. Is this since COVID did this, or you've had?
So we had more of a market, and then COVID shut us down for a little over 2 months. And then the business shifted over to cut, and so I quickly pivoted and put a lot of the cheese over at cut, and crackers and nuts and all that, and turned cut more into like a full-on like market as opposed to just a seafood and meat place. And cut has really found its new legs, and it's doing wonderful. Over there. And so we've got a great team, and along with soups and things to go make your dinner easy and delicious. And now people are starting to dine out more, so it's the business is shifting back over to here, and it's just kind of like it's just a good situation.
That was great that you made that adjustment during COVID, and it sounds like not just meat and seafood, like you say, you can grab other things too. So, and then you guys here, you have some stuff for sale, some merchandise and swag.
Yeah, we have cheese that we cut to order. We have a great selection of wine that, again, Lily picks all the wines, and so we have hard to find olive oils and just things that and we also do cheese boards for people. We design cheese boards and deliver them to houses, or people pick them up.
So you get to have them at your party without doing all the work.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay.
All right, thank you so
All
much,
right.
Casey.
Oh, I've got a question. Okay, well, I got to tell you, I got a comment. I got to say thank you, because I was working yesterday afternoon, and my husband's like, "What are we doing for dinner?" I'm like, "Well, let's grill." And so I sent him down to cut, and he got some swordfish. So last night we got the swordfish. You guys sent him home with some seasoning, and then we got some mushroom ravioli. It was delicious.
All right.
Even though it rained, we still had a great little dinner. And so, yeah, so great that we can just really kind of create the meal with like swordfish and everything.
Yeah, we've got a great team over there, and it's like we just love to like help people kind of put together their dinner. So I'm super proud of Cut and what it's doing over there as well. So it's a fun business to run.
Okay, well, you definitely have a fun place. I love coming there for the live music, and I love Lily and the whole staff there. So, congrats! And I do think you have one of the best decks in Edwards because no buildings really in your way, and you get all that western sun in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So, all right, Casey, I love the name too. That's so cute that you kind of had, almost like a focus group to help you figure out the name. But yeah, it's sticking. We definitely know where it is.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll check in with Charlie later on this morning. She is at Drunken Goat right at the Edwards Corner, where they are having the Edwards Corner Farmers Market kicking off later on this morning, and that'll go through the early afternoon. So a good reason to stop by and maybe pop into the Drunken Goat, get a little of that cheese, maybe pair it with some wine this afternoon. But a lot of fun things happening. Looks like hey, Rachel, we're going to do weather.
Let's take it to a commercial. Come back.
Okay, we're going to take it to commercial. We'll come back. We've got more coming up from the art show in Lion's Head. And we're going to talk to Allie Longwell about her SpaceX satellite story in today's Vail Daily.
Do you dream of owning land near the biggest lakes, tallest 14ers, and the best gold medal fishing in Colorado? How about right in the heart of ski country? Would it be worth a $75 raffle ticket for a chance to win it? You can own land in Twin Lakes and help St. Vincent Hospital Foundation raise funds. The drawing for this half-acre residential lot is June 24th. Buy your tickets today at coloradolandrush.com.
The 81st Annual Eagle County Fair and Rodeo rides into town July 21st through the 24th. Enjoy the thrill of Great Northern Affair Carnival Ride daily. Great food, live music, 4-H exhibit, and more. Plus all the action of PRCA Pro Rodeo. Friday and Saturday nights, kick up your heels with country singing sensation Buck Ford. Don't miss the action. Get your tickets online now for the Eagle County Fair and Rodeo.
Welcome back to Vail Daily Live. I'm Tricia Swenson, standing by with Allie Longwell. She's one of our reporters here at the Vail Daily. And in today's paper, we've got a story about SpaceX and the satellites, and that's going to be on A4 for you. And Allie, you had some fun writing this story.
Yeah.
And what's kind of interesting is sometimes we'll get ideas from, our different teams. We do meetings. Sometimes you hear things on even like Eagle County Classifieds. What are people talking about? But what was in the night sky made people very curious.
Yes, it was basically people were seeing all of a sudden these constellations or stars seem to line up in a really clear, distinct line. And it was about 6 or more lights lining up.
Yeah, and they were all kind of equidistant and moved all at the same speed. And people were like, what is that?
Yeah. If you look through the Facebook page, you can see a lot of different examples of people posting and asking questions about it kind of over the years. Since SpaceX started launching these.
Okay, yeah. So that's what it is. It's SpaceX. It's these satellites that are trying to bring internet broadband all over the world.
Yeah, especially to remote and rural communities that maybe don't have access to broadband naturally.
Yeah, but it seems like they're lower in the sky and everything. And that's kind of what's captured people's attention. Like, what is that? And what's kind of neat is I haven't seen them yet, but I know Sean Naylor, our assistant editor, he said, I almost fell off my skateboard trying to look at this thing. And so have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet. And I tried to see if, there's some trackers out there and stuff that you can use. And I tried to see if maybe I could see it before I finished writing the story, but I wasn't able to. Yeah.
Well, and what's really cool is we do typically see, some amazing star formations because we don't have much light pollution.
Yeah. Exactly.
I know that one of the interviewees from Walking Mountains said he noticed it on a camping trip up Muddy Pass. So yeah, if you're on a camping trip, that sort of thing. And just kind of cool to see. So this was the one that was a comet Neowise pictured with 2 Starlink satellites streaking through the image. So you were able to get some pictures too.
Hmm. And these are from an astronomer that's based out of Glenwood Springs, and he does a lot of observing up on Independence Pass.
Yeah. Yeah. What did Brian White have to say about all this?
Yeah, I mean, he talked a little bit about the satellites, and one of the things that a lot of astronomers have pointed out about the satellites in particular is that because they are at such a low altitude, that they are a little bit brighter, and they are kind of impeding on some
Okay.
stargazing. Yeah.
Now, what's also interesting is the U.S. Department of Defense revived its unidentified aerial phenomena task force. And I've heard this on national news too. So, well, what's going on? What was their press release and what are they saying? Because, people were starting to think like, wait, is this like a UFO? Is there extraterrestrial beings out there?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that's the first thing we kind of want to assume when we see something in the sky we don't really recognize, is like maybe it's something else out there. But yeah, the government is sort of starting to slowly acknowledge that, they are tracking these aerial phenomena, as they call it, in the sky and seeing if, like, trying to detect and see what they might be. But yeah, there's a lot of reports of, especially from US military, is kind of what these reports are looking at, is all these sightings that they can't really quite figure out what they are.
Yeah, I mean, and they're trying to use science and physics and just everything else to be like, okay, why isn't this making sense? And of course they don't want to alarm anybody, but they're just there's possibilities.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and was it fun writing the story?
It was a lot of fun. It was a little bit outside of my normal purview, so I really enjoyed.
Yeah, what's your normal beat?
Getting education and AIMA.
Well, you know what? This is very educational. I know Brian White does a lot with the schools and Rocky Mountains, of course. And
yeah,
I think any age you're curious about what's up in the night sky too.
For sure.
Okay, awesome. So I'll grab today's paper. It's on page A4, or you can always go online. You can scroll through the stories, and the title of the article, once again, is called "No, Those Aren't UFOs Over Eagle County, Just a Constellation of SpaceX Starlink Satellites." So check that out. All right, what do we have here? Rachel, do we need to do weather?
Let's toss it back to another break and we'll come right back.
Okay, we're going to come back after this break. We got weather details. There is rain in the forecast, so stay with us.
Do you dream of owning land near the biggest lakes, tallest 14ers, and the best gold medal fishing in Colorado? How about right in the heart of ski country? Would it be worth a $75 raffle ticket for a chance to win it? You can own land in Twin Lakes and help St. Vincent Hospital Foundation raise funds. The drawing for this half-acre residential lot is June 24th. Buy your tickets today at coloradolandrush.com.
Today, and we have a little bit more cloud cover than what we've seen, and it's just good. It's probably good to get some moisture in the air. We did get some sprinkles last night. I heard Leadville got a bit more. We're going to check in with St. Vincent Health in just a moment to find out what they were experiencing rain-wise, but this weather is brought to you by the outlets at Silverthorne. Elevated savings. Temperature-wise, we're seeing 59 for Eagle, 57 for Edwards and Avon, and Vail, 55 degrees at this time. Now, the temperatures won't be as warm today. We were in, the 90s down valley, upper 80s for Vail. It'll be the upper 70s for Vail for today. And then temperatures just trickling up a couple degrees as you travel west. Avon, Edwards, Eagle, Gypsum. It'll be a few degrees warmer depending on where you're at. And the forecast for today, well, they're calling for a chance of rain later on this afternoon between about 3 and 5 p.m. So thunderstorms, we could see a little lightning with that. It'd be nice to just get a really nice super soaker out of this. I don't think it's going to stick around much past 9 p.m. tonight. And then for your Sunday, we'll have a high right around the upper 70s and a slight chance of showers as well. So we are getting kind of into that pattern where we might see some afternoon showers, which is good. But it looks like a good Father's Day forecast. Maybe a little better today if you're going to go fly fishing with Dad or golfing or hiking with Dad. Tomorrow could be the better day out of the 2-day weekend for you here. But speaking of Father's Day, we have a lot of things going on throughout the Vail Valley. We mentioned that Rocky Mountain golf card. What's really cool about that is you buy one greens fee, it gets you the second person free. It's only $79. It has a host of golf courses throughout the region. I've done this before, and it's just neat because it gets you out of your comfort zone of playing your regular course, and you can go play some other ones. So RockyMountainGolfCard.com. And then we also have quite a few other things happening. Let's see what Rachel has pulled up for me. We're going to have anything from the Grand Hyatt Vail Father's Day Barbecue. So the Grand Hyatt Vail is the old Hotel Talisa, Cascade, or Weston, if you go back that far. So that is over in the Cascade Village over by Chair 20. And they're going to have a fun thing with barbecue and fly fishing and whiskey tasting. And then the Weston, they're also doing something for Father's Day. And this will go from 3 to 7 p.m. They're going to have awesome things from their smoker and some delicious sides, even dessert. So this includes a choice of a Cazadores tequila drink or a draft beer. The Weston Maya Riverfront, they're known for their tequilas over there. And then Sauce on the Creek, they're doing a Sunday family fun day, which they pretty much do throughout the Sundays anyway. But you can play a little bocce ball, have some fun with Dad. That's located right here in Eagle Vail. And then the Vail Country Club, located in Avon at the Chapel Square, they're doing a fun Father's Day weekend special. Hey, Torrey Pines, that's where it's at with the U.S. Open right now. They're going to let you play that through the simulator. So they're doing $65 TrackMan simulators all day. You can book 2 hours for $60 or 3 hours for $55. And then happy hour going on as well. They're going to have $6 Bloody Marys and $1 off their alcoholic drinks. And they have a pretty cool list of wines, beers, cocktails. And they're located right again in Chapel Square in Avon. So it doesn't matter if it rains. You can head on over there, but call in advance because they may fill up with this cool Father's Day special. Talk to Kenny. He's the pro over there. But right now we're going to, wait, Rachel, are we going to them right now?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Well, St. Vincent Health down in Leadville has been doing an awesome fundraiser, a very creative fundraiser. And joining me now, hello guys, let's bring you up on screen. Hi there.
Good morning.
Okay, well, we have Brett Anzac. He's the CEO of St. Vincent Health. He's in the light blue. And then we've got Steve Mercado. He's the director of St. Vincent Hospital Foundation in the darker shirt. Guys, great to see you. You got St. Vincent Health logo in the background. This is in Leadville, Colorado. And your raffle has been going on for quite some time, but we're wrapping it up on the 24th of June. Tell us what you're raffling off, Steve.
We are raffling off 0.46 acres of land in the Panarch subdivision outside of Leadville, just a little bit, about 2 miles, I guess, outside of Twin Lakes. And the parcel of land is, in a very nice area. And you're surrounded by a lot of amazing activity, both winter and summer, depending on what you like to do. So it's at a great location.
Oh, it definitely is. And we think about all the recreation that surrounds you, winter and summer. You've got cross-country skiing, snowmobiling, the ski areas that are just a quick drive away. And then in the summertime, wow, the biking, the fishing. Oh, wow. It would just be a cool thing. And to own land in Colorado, I mean, the real estate market is so hot. And this is just for $75 for one ticket. And of course, you can buy more. And it's great that this money is going to help St. Vincent Health. So, Brett, why don't you tell us a little bit about rural health care and why this is so needed in that area?
You bet. So a lot of the efforts that Steve and the foundation board really help us out with is so we can provide services where people live. If you think about, the drive through the canyons and the windy roads, especially in the wintertime, and get a little treacherous. And if we can have healthcare and specialty services right where folks live, it keeps them at home. If you have a loved one that doesn't need to be hospitalized, if you can visit, that is definitely a huge component of the recovery. And so by keeping everything local, by having the services, the technology, the equipment, and the trained professionals here, it makes a huge difference for a community. And for example, today, we've got an extra 2,000-3,000 folks here for bike race and foot race. If we didn't have those services, there could be something that happens that perhaps doesn't have the best outcome if we're not close by to help them out.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, you mentioned those big events that you guys have, and you never know, there could be a little mishap. I mean, we love the rewards of the outdoor activities, but there is some risk involved, and it's nice to know that care is definitely nearby. And I think we have some video to kind of show the area and just what you guys are doing at St. Vincent Health. And Leadville, I've noticed when I was there in April, that's growing too. So this expansion and this, everything is on par with this, and it's great to see that you'll be opening sometime later this summer, right?
Yep, we'll be opening probably mid-August is our new time. With the pandemic, it's created some shortages in some of our supplies and staffing to get folks up here to help us finish off. But we are creating just an incredible new state-of-the-art facility. We're working with a group, on our next steps and plans and what the next buildings will be. And, to be able to bring these sort of services to our community up here is just absolutely incredible. New CT scanner that the foundation has been so gracious to help us with their fundraising, new x-ray equipment, brand new state-of-the-art trauma rooms and ER. It's just absolutely incredible with what we're able to be pulling off right now.
Yeah, especially with hospitals, in some rural areas not being able to make it. It's nice to see that, and you guys are growing, and it's with the support of this wonderful raffle. And now going back to Steve, we have the land that you talked about, the 0.46 acres in the Panarch subdivision, just kind of southwest of Leadville, near Twin Lakes. But if you don't need the land and you want the cash, we've got $10,000 cash. So a $75 raffle ticket could either get you almost a half an acre of land or $10,000 cash. That's what's so exciting about this.
Absolutely. And it's drawn quite a bit of, exposure and a lot of excitement around it to have that option. And so our drawing will be held this Thursday on the 24th. We're selling tickets up until 5 p.m. That day, we will announce the winner or draw the winner at 6 p.m. that evening. So hopefully we will be able to make that announcement, to everybody as soon as we're able to identify who that person is and what they decide to do, whether they want the land or if they want the money.
Well,
And
you
you
know
all know
what?
as well.
Yeah. And what's really cool too is that you're only selling 7,000 tickets. So when you think of lotto and different things like that, our odds maybe aren't very good, but this is manageable. You can maybe have a chance to win. This is exciting.
Absolutely. And you don't have to be present to win. That's another benefit as well. So,
And where are a lot of your ticket buyers coming from? Can you tell from the website?
yes, it's primarily Colorado, and a lot of it is from the Aspen communities, within a lot of Lake County as well, a lot of surrounding areas, Summit County, a lot on the eastern and western slope as well. And we do have several tickets from out of state also. Some from Montana. I had a lady call me earlier this week wanting to know a little bit more information about it. And so I walked her through the process and helped her purchase 5 tickets. So she's very excited. She said, I'm calling you personally. She said, because I know you're going to pick the winner and pick me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. The lucky phone call that she made. Well, this is so exciting. And the fact that we are going through the final stretch, I mean, the urgency is there. So, wow. I mean, we can just go online, and that's at coloradolandrush.com for more details. We can get our tickets right there. And you have that special pricing for different numbers of tickets, 1 for $75, 3 for $195, and then 5 tickets for $300. So, this is, I mean, what are you guys going to, that's so exciting. And if people have won in the past, this isn't the first year we've done this. What's the response been like from the people that did win? What were they saying when they got that call?
Well, I wasn't actually here at that point in time, but I know that the excitement was definitely there from the feedback. And we get a lot of repeat people that are purchasing tickets that have purchased in the past as well. So, I mean, they're, going to, just like any other kind of lottery environment or, raffle that, you keep trying until you actually win or hope that you do. So it's good to have a lot of return customers coming back and then giving them the option, has also just added a little bit more to it.
Okay. All right. Anything else you guys want to add in this final few days, less than a week until the drawing on Thursday?
Yep, 5 days till the drawing, and everything definitely goes to help bring better health care here to Lake County and all of the visitors that we get up here. And so we're just very appreciative of everybody's generosity and Steve's hard work and the incredible support of the Hospital Foundation Board.
Okay. All right. Well, Brett and Steve, good luck on this, and we can't wait to hear about the winner and what they're going to do, if they're going to get the cash or if they're going to get the land, and then what they plan to do with that land. So once again, you can go to coloradolandrush.com. $75 gets you a raffle ticket for either 0.46 acres of land in the Panarch subdivision or $10,000 cash. Thanks, gentlemen. We can't wait to hear. We'll hear from them late next week. Okay, other things that are going on. We mentioned Father's Day, and Rachel, I think we're going to show Brazzo in his amazing gear. So we work with the outlets at Silverthorne, and we've had a lot of fun with their different stores: Levi's, Banana Republic, Pearl Zumi, and this is Ralph Lauren. And we're using our staff as little models. This is Brazzo's little baby. She is in the cutest pink striped Oxford dress and bloomers, paired with a warm white cable knit cardigan and pink Ball Harbor Polo Bear crib shoes. Those little shoes were just adorable. So Brazzo is modeling for us with the whole family, not only the daughter, but we've got his oldest son with the Polo 1992 tee under. He was also going to be wearing a Renton denim jacket paired with white cutoff chino shorts. So these are some of the deals that are going on right now. For Father's Day, you can get a gift with purchase. Guests will receive a free Under Armour baseball hat when they purchase $150 or more at the outlets at Silverthorne store. Simply bring your receipts to the Colorado Welcome Center, to redeem. And then Brazzo's younger son, well, he was wearing some polo as well. This is the embroidered polo pony. We've got the classic polo bear tee under the Oxford sports shirt and paired with some khaki chino shorts. And we put on the embroidered polo pony bucket hat for you. But Saturday Steals, we just want to let you know what's going on. Oh, and there's Brazzo's ferret. Okay, we keep on talking about his pets. But Brazzo is wearing the polo big pony tee under a colorful plaid Oxford shirt paired with the Sullivan slim fit denim jeans. And then don't forget, they're also doing a dad joke campaign at the outlets at Silverthorne. Visit customer service located in the Colorado Welcome Center. Share your best dad joke ever. And when they say best, they actually mean worst. So they'll put the worst ones up on their social media, Instagram, Facebook. And if you give them a dad joke, you will receive a free $10 gift card. No joking here for the outlets at Silverthorne. So you can go to outletsatsilverthorne.com for more details. Thank you, Brazzo and family, for wearing the polo this week for our Saturday Steals. But we've got weather details right now with Liv Sotheby's International Realty, the Colorado's leading real estate firm. Contact one of their broker professionals to help you live the life you love. And for today, we're going to see a chance of showers likely between about 3 and 5 p.m., about a 60% chance there. And that could change depending on where you were at in the Vail Valley. This is for Vail. This is the forecast for Vail, according to the National Weather Service, getting these details. Highs in the mid 70s, upper 70s even, and then warmer if we travel down valley. And then as we look at the next couple of days, we'll see pretty good weather. You know, a chance of those showers, not too much for your Sunday. Maybe the next chance of showers, possibly Wednesday. So sunny. So it looks like it should be a nice day for your Father's Day. Speaking of fathers, here he is, the man, the model, Ralph Lauren Polo. Let's check in with Brazzo. Brazzo, looking good. Was it fun to dress up the family?
Oh, it was awesome. It was such a good time. You know,
okay. And speaking of family,
now everybody happy.
Speaking of family, you got the father-son duo. And tell us about these guys.
Oh my God, I'm just lucky. I'm absolutely lucky. These gentlemen here are from, originally from Colombia. I'm from Peru, as you know, but they are artists. They have this universal view in the world. You know, we are all one. And I've been spending some time talking with Guillerme here and John Sebastian. They are amazing artists, and I wanna ask a few questions. Well, they father and son, and they travel together. They share this commonality with their art. But I want to talk to them a little bit. Maybe I start with Johan, and maybe we show a little bit of what is your work. Tell us a little bit about it.
So basically, my work consists most of metal. I do aluminum, I do some steel, and I do a lot of bronze. Mostly what I do is I sketch out a silhouette of an idea or concept I want to do, and I'll draw it out. I'll put it on a plasma table and basically put on some oil paints and kind of let the idea form from there. And these few of my pieces are here. You see, this one right here is in dedication to my brother and my sister-in-law who got married recently, and it was a nice piece that I put together for them. And so this is a little bit of my work.
Johan does a beautiful work, and such an interesting guy. He's a jiu-jitser. He's from New Mexico, and he traveled with his dad and mom, Gladys. Gladys is a psychologist, and she does a lot of really good stuff for the communities as well. So their message is amazing. And now we're gonna follow and speak with the man and the legend, Guillerme. Guillerme really inspired me this morning. We've been talking about what is important in the world, and Guillerme, what is the most important thing for you?
I think the most important thing is what we can do for other people. And I truly believe my purpose in life is to talk about unity, and through my art, I do oil painting, bronze sculptures, and so this is just a journey of 46 wonderful years.
He started at 1976.
75.
75. I'm 43, so around there. So he started doing all this beautiful work. And if you can see, let's come over and show a little bit about that unity message, this gorgeous unity message. He does also some painting, and he talks. He have a mom that have 20 kids, and the joy was to have those kids reunite and together at one place. Don't we all hope for that now, especially on Father's Day? How amazing is to have you and your family always with you and traveling and support each other.
Yeah, I think it's extremely important is that, you know, all of them find their freedom and do whatever they want. Because I think the most important asset as a parents is to see them fly. See?
Yeah.
If they fly, I'm happy.
I agree with you, man. I'm a father of 3, and I cannot share more of your vision. And I'm learning a lot, Tricia. So I will encourage everybody to come and listen to this gentleman. He's a poet and a philosopher, and I really, really admire this gentleman right now. And his art is absolutely beautiful. I was complimenting him as soon as we talked, and he told me something good, something very nice. I say, you have these beautiful eyes and this gorgeous smile, and you know you can see somebody's energy sometimes. And what do you told me about that message?
Well, the beauty is that the beauty is on the eyes of the beholder. So it's, well, I believe, well, through my work, one of the main things I do through my work is I have no feature in the faces. I believe the art is one of the universal languages. When you have feature in the faces, the only thing you make is differences. And I truly believe all of us were the same. So we're here for a reason. And so my reason is talk about unity, unification, united in this field of love.
That's beautiful. Tricia, do you have any questions for Guillermo?
Well, you know what? I just think it's so wonderful. And yeah, the eyes are basically the window to the soul. And I love the fact that you can meet the artists at the Vail Arts Festival. You know, a lot of times maybe you're just working with galleries. And yeah, Guillermo, what do you think about you know, being able to meet the people and actually see the people and interact with them and their questions about the art? What are some of the questions that you typically get?
Well, this is, first of all, this is the first time I did this show was in the year 2000. This is my 21st year doing this show. And I don't know if you know, but the loneliest work or a duty that you can have is an artist, because the artist most of the time is creating the artwork in the atelier or studio, whatever they do the work. And so when you come here, talk about your kids, we're talking about Father's Day. When you talk about your kids and the teacher tell you, oh, I love the behavior of your kids and all that. So same thing in the artwork. So the people go, oh, I like the color, I like the harmony, the combination, the way you display the artwork. So this is a good feeling you have. The feedback is encourage you to keep doing, to keep creating, because the whole idea is to keep moving. Because in the 46 years I've been doing this, every time I have new series, new work, because it's like when you go to see a medical doctor, he say you need to have a treatment for your hands, and they say, I don't know, I went to the medical school and then I didn't know about the new technology, X-ray or anything like that. So we have to, in any profession you perform, you have to work, you have to study, you have to research, investigate. So when you have the feedback, for instance, when the people come in here to this wonderful environment, Vail, that I love with all my heart, Colorado, especially Vail. So you talk with the people, you express what you believe, what you have in your heart, and then they get impression, and that impression is go into their life. When I talk, my favorite theme is partnership and family. When the people come often and they see my couples and they go and give them the kisses, and I have a big smile. Have an impact.
Oh, that is so amazing. And I love the father-son theme that we have going on with you guys today.
Mom's
And you
right
guys,
there too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, awesome. Okay, awesome. Do you guys have a website, or what's the best way to learn more?
Oh, here it is. It's
Okay.
guillaume.com.
Okay, Guillaume.com. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Stop by their little booth. They're going to be right by the ice rink at Airbell, which is not an ice rink in the summer, but it is where the ice rink is typically at the winter, near the steps that bring you up to that Sunbird Park and to Lionshead Jewelers. Yeah, there we go. Just steps away from the gondola, which is open today. The Eagle Bond Gondola, Gondola 1 in Vale Village, and then of course Beaver Creek. They open for daily operations 9:30 to 4. What are you going to do today? Well, I'm going to be doing a little golf, so I'm all ready to go. I was going to talk about these Portal X's from Oakley. So these are the Portal X. They've got the Prism Dark Golf Lens, so it kind of helps you see the fairway a little bit better. I usually have my ball in the rough, so it helps me find my ball a little bit better. But there's a nice high contrast for variable light, which we could see today. Sunshine this morning, but clouds building by this afternoon. You're going to need something that's going to help you see through this, and it just helps you see the features a little bit better. And what I like about them too is they're nice and lightweight. They have a little bit of a wrap, not totally, but a little bit of a wrap, and just good for the golf course. And if you know anything about Oakley, their Prism lenses are pretty amazing. It's great technology, and they do so much to really perfect your glasses for any sport that you're doing today. The Lens of the Day brought to you by Eyepieces, the art division. I was just in the Lionshead store yesterday when I was down at the Vale Arts Festival. They have such cool glasses, either high fashion, high performance. They have 7 locations throughout Colorado, 1 in Snowmass, 1 in Beaver Creek, 1 in Edwards, where Charlie is standing by, and then the rest are in Vale Village and Lionshead. We're going to take it to a break. We have more Vale Daily Live coming your way.
We're for the fashion forward and budget minded. We've got the brands that set you apart, the style to make you stand out, the looks that let you shine. We are for the dreamers, the doers, and the savers. Outlets at Silverthorne. Elevate your savings. Save up to 70% on the best designer brands. Visit outletsatsilverthorne.com for current sales and events.
We are back with more Vale Daily Live. We're going to take it down to Charlie Kennedy. She's been standing by down at the Drunken Goat at the Edwards Corner in Edwards. They do start their farmers market this weekend, so that should be a lot of fun. And she's got some awesome guests. I can't wait to hear more about this. It's the new book called Colorado's Highest, The History of Naming the 14,000-Foot Peaks. Hi, guys. How are you this morning?
Hi, guys. We're good. Thank you. We have,
Okay.
we have John Fielder here and Jerry Norgren, and this is their new book. And it is, as you said, Trisha, it's about naming the 14,000-foot peaks. It's called Colorado's Highest. And so we have the author here with us and the photographer. John is a photographer, over a 40-year career in photography, I hear. And then Jerry is a fabulous author here. So can you guys tell us how the book came about, how you guys got together and the history behind the book?
Sure, I'll kick it off. March 7th last year, Governor Polis had just shut down the ski industry. I was wondering what I was going to do for the rest of the season. I was up in Steamboat Springs teaching a photography workshop, got home that Sunday night, disappointed as heck, but then I get an email the next day from this person, Jerry Norgren, saying that she just spent the last 3 years as part of the, what's the name of that club?
Denver Fortnightly Club.
Denver Fortnightly Club that's been in business since 1884. It's a women's literary group. And that she had done all this research on how the 14ers, all 58 of them, got named. And she was asking advice on publishing a book, maybe just a black and white book, text, $15. And I said, great, go for it. I'm not really interested. That night I couldn't sleep. I started thinking, even though I never set out to photograph all the 14ers in my life, I bet I got most of them if I checked my files of my transparencies, and sure enough, they were there. And then I was only missing 2, Cameron Peak and Culebra, and John Kiedraowski, the famous mountain climber from Vail, a friend of mine, came up with, he just climbed Mount Everest 2 weeks ago.
Oh my goodness.
With Mike, the singer, Mike, I forget his name. Anyway, so he had the other 2, and then we had historical artwork, and we collaborated and then put the book together. 3 months later, sent it off to the printer. In September of 2020, we published this best-selling coffee table book with Jerry's historical text.
Amazing. So tell us, how did you publish so quickly? How did you get to go to
Good
work?
question, because normally, writing, editing, proofing, graphic design, all that stuff takes, a year
Absolutely.
to get it done. But this is like number 55 book for me personally, and then I've published other people's books over the years, like 400 books, so I kind of know the routine. And even though I sold my big publishing company years ago, I live in Summit County now. I have John Fielder Publishing, so it's 1 book a year and a couple of Colorado calendars. I still have editor, graphic designer, proofreader. I called them. They were all available in April, May to do the work. And we basically set up a production line, like a conveyor belt. So Jerry would write 1 chapter. I would send it to the editor. Susanna would edit it. She would send it back to me. I'd take a look at it. Then I'd send it back to Jerry. She'd take a look at it. Then I'd send it back to Susanna. Then I'd send it to the proofreader, Ken. Then I'd send it to the graphic designer, Rebecca. And so we did 1 chapter at a time. And in 3 months, we got this thing done, sent it to the printer on June 15th. And by September 15th, it was in the stores. It was the fastest
Oh my.
book I've ever done.
It sounds like you may not have had much sleep during that time and you just worked so much on the book.
No, it was normal lifestyle, but we didn't have much going on. There was no
Everybody was,
skiing, and Jerry doesn't really have a job in life. She just lives in Denver, and she had plenty of time. So no, it was like it fell into our laps, and we made it work.
That is just amazing. So tell us, how do the peaks get named?
They get, the first official names were by most of the men of the Hayden Survey.
Okay.
Came here in the 1860s to see what Colorado was all about, because they really, nobody really knew. And so they were the ones and they were doing measurements, and they were checking the geology and geography and zoology and botany and everything. And so they were really the ones that did it, and they were the ones that named it. And interestingly enough, if you look at the names, and I broke it down in the introduction about the categories they were in. So if you look at this, and they would come here in the summers, and if you would look at it at the time, it was names that were representative of the times that were going on. Like, for example, the Salwatch Range, they wanted to name the national range and name the highest peaks thereafter buildings in Washington, D.C.
Interesting.
Because they were employed by the government, and they thought the government was just great. And then a lot of the miners named peaks as well.
So the 2 big surveys were the Hayden Survey. That was the one that did most of the mapping that really became where the rivers were and where the trails were and how high the peaks were and where they were. It was the official government survey from 1870 to 1878. Before that was the Wheeler Survey. So other than the Native Americans, these were the first people to really explore and climb the peaks, because they had to be on top of mountains to be able to use their surveying equipment. It was called a theodolite, like a transit, to be able to triangulate and actually calculate the heights of peaks. But it was those government survey guys like Ferdinand Hayden and was it George Wheeler? Mm-hmm. George Wheeler, who first started naming the peaks.
That's just amazing. I mean, tell us about the art, and there's some oil paintings in there, and your photography, of course, and some historical sketches that these guys would sketch from on the mountain.
Yeah, I found those, the historic sketches. My research was at the National Archives in Denver and the History of Colorado, the Denver Public Library.
Oh,
wow. Where else was there? Oh, the Alpine Library. Anyway, when I was at the National Archives, you get to see this stuff for real. I got to see like the original Hayden maps. Their field notebooks. And there were these, I got to see the originals of these sketches, and I asked my researcher how I would possibly get permission to use them, and he says they have all been digitized and they're in the public domain. That was it.
So they're in this book, these sketches.
Yeah,
now.
and
So
then
like here's
they're
this
like on
is an
this tissue paper.
1874 sketch of Snowmass Mountain. But yeah, there
Oh,
it
they
is.
got it.
Look at
Oh,
that.
that's quick.
Coincidentally. And then look at this panorama of the Saguache range that he did. Yeah.
Oh, they
Well,
got
that's the those are the Elk Mountains. This is the
They were up on high and just drawing this, and they would,
sketching from the mountaintops.
yeah, and they were all in the public domain. And so when we decided to use them, then John, the researcher, just sent them on the
Oh, my.
computer. I mean, it was just incredible.
And so tell us about the oils we've got in here, and
So-
who created
yeah.
those.
Back in the day, like in the 90s, a man named Bob Wogren contacted me from Denver saying, "Hey, I used to be an architectural painter, and I've decided now to paint 58 14ers." He wanted me to publish a calendar back in the day, and I said, "Well, I'm not really interested." But I remembered him when this book project started, and I found out that he was still alive, age 93, living with his daughter in Lakewood, Colorado. And I contacted him, went to see him, and he said, "Yeah, you can use my." He had photographic transparencies of most of the paintings, which are hanging on walls around the world, and he allowed me to use the paintings. So here, by the way, here's Mount of the Holy Cross. It's your local
Is this your
mountain.
photography?
That's
John?
that's from the top of Notch Mountain, photograph that I did back when. And then, people know about my Jackson Fielder project. I did a big brown leather coffee table book in the year 1999 to celebrate the Millennium Change. And in that project, I stood where William Henry Jackson, who was the official photographer for the Hayden Survey in the 1870s, stood in 300 locations all over the state and made his same photo all over again to show how Colorado had changed for the better, for the worse, a lot, a little, not at all, whatever. And this is a pair of repeat photos. So on the left is Jackson's photo made in 1873, famous photo of Mount of the Holy Cross. On the right is my same photo from Notch Mountain made. And
Oh
obviously
my.
nothing's changed, same rock in the
Yeah.
foreground.
So
And
do you know the history of how that Mount of the Holy Cross got named, John?
She does.
Jerry? You do?
It was, it just sort of was, the name was sort of rumored, and nobody really knows where the name came from. However, the Hayden Survey, when they came in 1873, were determined, because they'd heard this rumor about this mountain with a cross of snow on it. And
Yes.
that was sort of their underlying goal that summer, was to find the dang mountain. And so in their travels, and William Henry Jackson was with them. And so that sort of became their goal. And as they got to the headwaters of the Eagle River, they ran into Chief Uray, and who happened to be at a summer camp or something, and he kind of told them where to go. And they did.
Wow.
So their party split up as they were hiking up, and they didn't know what they were going to find. And it was cloudy, and William Henry Jackson ended up on Notch Mountain, and it was cloudy, and then all clouds parted.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
there was that view, and then the clouds came back. So they went down and went back up and did it the next day, and then that's when he got that photograph. And then Hayden and the rest of the party ended up climbing Holy Cross.
No way. Oh my goodness.
And they measured it wrong, and it wasn't considered a 14er until 1960s.
Interesting.
So here you asked about the paintings. That's Bob
Yeah.
Wogren's painting of Quandary and the 10 Mile Range over in my hood.
Yeah.
Right there. So yeah, there it is.
How does anybody know how Quandary got named?
Well, yeah, that's not a very exciting name, but some miners were up on the peak, and they found an ore that they did not know what it was, and that nobody could identify it. So they were in a quandary or a dilemma as what to do, and that's how that
Oh.
name came about.
Oh my goodness.
That was a
Okay.
simple name.
That's interesting. So tell us, I heard that there's some controversy around the naming of the peaks, and
Controversy is how you pronounce it in England.
well, we have an American audience, so trying to be relatable somewhat.
Be loyal. Wimbledon's coming up.
It is Wimbledon.
Wimbledon. Yeah.
Yes. So tell us, are they changing is it Mount Evans they potentially are changing the name of?
They're potentially changing the name of, yes, because of the Sand Creek Massacre. which happened in 1863, and Governor Evans was the second territorial governor at the time when it happened. And so under his watch it happened, and so it was the Arapaho Cheyenne people that were killed. And it's basically those tribes that would like to see the name changed.
Okay.
So as of last count, I think there's 4 different names on the table. And one that recently just came in was to leave it Mount Evans, but change it to his daughter, Ann Evans, who was very philanthropic and did a lot and helped the museum, the art museum get started and everything. So that's one of the ones on the table.
But it's a trend, and an appropriate trend, just like your Gore Range behind us.
Yeah.
Lord Gore was somewhat profligate and wasteful with wildlife, and blew away thousands of elk and black bear and deer with AK-47s and AR-15s or the equivalent in the day.
Just for the fun of it.
And so a lot of people are upset, with Lord Gore being the namesake for that beautiful mountain range. So that probably will get changed. So, Jerry and I talk about this a lot, but it's an interesting balance between accepting history and learning from your mistakes and covering it up. But we both believe where you got people who feel abused, or discriminated against culturally, racially, whatever, maybe that tips the scale in their favor, and you do make changes so people aren't upset anymore about their heritage.
Yeah.
And Mount Evans was originally named Mount Rosalie. It was the only one named for a woman, and that was the original name for like 35 years before it got changed to Mount Evans.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. This is so interesting to me.
Rosalie.
I mean,
So Jerry wants it to be Rosalie.
I wanted to go back to Rosalie.
it's a lovely name.
First of all, yes, because that was the original name. That was the original historic name, and it was named by Albert Bierstadt, who eventually married her. And so there's.
Oh my goodness.
Bierstadt has a peak, and then she, So.
What a cute story.
Isn't that a cute story?
So-
Yeah, he named it.
So you have so much information in this new book. And tell us, today you're doing a book signing over at the Bookworm in Riverwalk.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So
right
what
over
time?
here.
What time are we doing that?
12 to 2
12 to
o'clock
2.
today. Jerry and I will be each signing copies of the book. Also, my Colorado calendars, which it's the 41st year for the Colorado Wall Calendar and engagement calendars, and my other books and travel guides. We'll be signing all of those, but we're focusing on the 14er book today.
Which is perfect timing because it overlaps with the farmers market. So there'll be lots of people here for the farmers market about 9 till 1:30, and then you can just head on over to the Bookworm in the Riverwalk and meet Jerry and John and this amazing, interesting book, and even just the photography and the art and the sketches, the historical sketches. And they sketched them on the mountain. To me, that's just so
Well, and
interesting.
it's 14er climbing season, so why not read about the history of the peaks you're going to climb, and that'll make your experience that much more interesting.
Absolutely. I mean, head on over and see these guys at the Bookworm, and this book looks fantastic. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, that looks amazing, guys. Thank you so much. And what a great little project to do during the pandemic. You made the most of your time. That's awesome. Okay, perfect. All right, so you can see Jerry Norgren and John Fielder. You can meet them this afternoon, 12 to 2, and they're going to give you details on that awesome book, The History Behind the Names of the 14ers, a wonderful coffee table book. Make a great gift as well. We're going to talk with the Fly Fishing Report, or what are we doing, Rachel? Okay, I'm good. I'm just getting direction from my producer here. Want to let you know what the fish are biting on right now. And John Packer was in here yesterday with Ashley, and he said the rivers, they're changing quite a bit now that the runoff has occurred, and they're trying to go down a little bit. Just amazing. And the caddis hatch that's happening right now, here's what he was recommending fly-wise for the Eagle River. Tan elk hair caddis and tan caddis pupa, PMXs, beadhead, peasant tails, hair ears, tan tungsten, and translucent caddis pupas. Also adult pale morning duns and emergers, royal wolves, parachute Adams, and light Cahills. But on the Colorado River, you may want to use a tan or peacock elk hair caddis or tan pupa, PMXs and stimulators, chubby Chernobyls, Amy's Ants and Tan Caddis Pupas, and that's for the Colorado River. But stop by. They have maybe a few Father's Day trips still available. He said they weren't quite booked up, but they've got so many guides, so many trips that are going to go out. Give them a call today, maybe get set up for tomorrow. Or he also mentioned you could buy a gift card. So maybe dad can't go tomorrow, but maybe he can go next weekend, next month, that sort of thing. And if you all are getting into the sport, don't forget they are Orvis endorsed. They have the Orvis schools, and that'll be a neat way. Maybe you could get dad a fly fishing lesson as well. But Fly Fishing Outfitters, John Packer and the crew, they're located over in Avon. They've been around since 1992. I think John Packer's been there since 96, but the entire Fly Fishing Outfitters operation has been around since 1992, locally owned and Orvis endorsed since that date. So find them in the Westgate building. But we have Brazzo standing by. He's got more artists. We have the Vail Arts Festival returning this year with about 50 artists from all over. And we're going to check in with him. Are we doing this now, Rachel, or when we come back? All right, Brazzo, we're taking it back to Lion's Head.
Hey, how are you?
We're good. Where are you now?
I'm hanging here with Dana and Don, the husband. We'll talk about that in a second. We're just having a really fun conversation about Dakota, about Mount Rushmore, and all the areas. She's from that area, so she's been doing this jewelry and this amazing work with rocks and silver and many other metals. And she's gonna tell us a little bit about it. But Dana, tell us about you. What are you up to? What are you doing? Show us about your art.
All right. I am Dana Voorhees. I'm from Black Hills of South Dakota, and this is my art. I create jewelry. I add things together. I use a lot of maybe pieces that have been broken earrings, something. I fix them. I recycle them. I do like a lot of little charm stuff like this that is pieces that would maybe not go anywhere else, but I give them a new life. I put them together in charms. I work mostly in sterling silver. All of my stones are very important to me, where they come from, how they look. The quality of my stones are just about the best you can find anywhere. Then I also have, like, this is a collector piece that then I put together to go with everything I already have, trying to offer that woman, no matter if she likes big pieces, small pieces, I have something for everybody.
I love the vibe of cowboys and Indians, and it's just super cool. We've been talking about horses. I was just just complimenting her little trailer. They have this super cool vintage trailer. So this is kind of the magic of this show. You can come in and get the chance to discover the artists, talk to Dana, and be inspired. Being inspired of what they do. They have a happy life. They share love with the people. As we were talking in the interview before too, how universal is art. So come over, visit today, 9:30 to
9:30 to 6 today. Yep, and 9:30 to 4 tomorrow.
9:30 to 4 p.m. tomorrow. And come and look for Dana and Don and chat. Don is fun. He's filming on the backside there. He's filming there. People start waking up and start coming in. Sun is shining. The clouds left. So yeah. I think we're going to be lucky today.
Yes, great day. Great day.
Well, and Dana, where do you source your looks like you got a little turquoise too. Where do you source your materials?
I've been doing this now for about 14 years. And so I have a lot of personal relationships with people at the mines so that I can go and get quality, make sure that my turquoise is the best they can find.
Yeah. Well, keep on walking. I want to see the stuff that's along the back wall.
Oh, it's gorgeous, Trish. You need to come. It's so you too, Trish.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
I see you rocking some of this stuff, and they're just beautiful.
Come down and we'll play dress up.
Yeah. Now, tell me a little bit more about the red. Is that more coral? Like, what do you call the red there?
Yes, this red is coral. Now, this here is bamboo coral. Is a little more intense red. If you scan over here, there's a little more earthy red. And this is Italian coral. And this coral is very rare. It's almost impossible to find anymore. And you can really see the difference in it. This just has a real different look to it, a real rich look.
What's
to it.
this? What's the story with that pennant? It looks like a little cross almost hanging up there.
This is another one of the collector pieces. This is a vintage piece. It's just amazing. I found this piece and it took me about 4 years to be able to find the beads to go with it because this Italian coral is so hard to find. So yeah, this is a real collector piece.
Oh, that's amazing. And there's like a little dragonfly on the other one.
Yes, got to have a dragonfly. I'm Lakota Indian, and the dragonflies are always special because they helped you find water. And so I always got to have a dragonfly in the booth.
Wow.
I learned something new there.
I know. I didn't know that about the dragonfly.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going. This is so interesting. I love it. And it must be fun to do these shows because you could just meet the people too.
It is. It is very fun. I worked in a brick and mortar building for a while, and I just really love getting out, traveling, meeting people from all over. And of course, I get to spend every day with my husband in our cute little turquoise trailer. So
yeah. Is that blue lapis?
Yes, lapis lazuli there, which is the biggest deposit of that in the world, is in Afghanistan. And so for a while it was very, very hard to get. Now they have loosened it up a little bit where it's becoming available again.
Okay. Yeah, I got a little piece of that on a trip to South America one time. So yeah, very pretty. I love that color. Wow. Brazzo, you might have to pick out a present for your wife.
Yes. You know, I did a good thing. I bought a manicure pedicure. I think I'm off the couch for a little bit.
Yeah, totally. And then Dana, do you have anything for men? Any, cuffs or rings, or just for the ladies?
I don't. Yeah. I'm really bad.
That's fine. Brazzo can pull off wearing anything. We can put something fancy on there.
Maybe some real gangly earrings.
Yeah,
I can rock it.
Okay. All right. Well, it'd be great if we can come down and see you today. These are amazing. This is great, you guys. I'm glad we got to get a little sneak peek this morning. This will open up at 9:30 a.m. today. Thanks for coming up early, Dana.
Yes, it's my pleasure.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Come over and see us around. Come and visit.
Yes,
I know.
Thank you.
Super cool stuff. I love turquoise and the coral and the lapis azules. It's just so beautiful. And just the stories that Dana can tell behind some of those signature items, some of those collector items, and how she kind of modernizes them. Really neat. So stop by the Vail Arts Festival, 50 different artists throughout the Lions Head Mall area, and they're going to be there till 6 tonight. Hey, if you're looking for something fun to make, maybe you're grilling. Last night we made swordfish that we got over at Cut, and some cool seasonings. I think a good side that I did not have a chance to make, but I learned from my good friend Tracy, is how to make pineapple salsa, a great summertime treat. It's citrus season, so we're gonna change up salsa by adding a little pineapple. Joining me now, we have Tracy Miller. She's the colorful cook, and you love adding fruits, vegetables to all your meals just to keep us healthy.
Trisha, that is my mission, fruits and vegetables to everything. And I'm actually trying to sway to be more of a vegetarian and maybe even work to being a vegan. But it's so difficult when you're used to eating meat and having deli meat and sliced turkey and this and that. This salsa is excellent. You could add black beans to it and just make it a salad for lunch, or if you want to eat some meat, which we all do, it's wonderful on chicken, on whitefish, or on shrimp. I put this on my shrimp tacos all the time. And yes, citrus is in season and it's full of vitamin C. So when you're looking at a pineapple and you want to buy one, look for a heavyweight because that means it's going to be juicy, and look for one that has this nice color all the way down, that yellow color. If you buy it and it's green, which it typically is up at the top, just let it sit on your counter for a couple of days and let it ripen. You can see how yellow it is down here. It kind of looks like it's rotten. That is the time to eat the pineapple. Okay, and now this is how you cut a pineapple, and this is the quickest, best way to cut it. You're gonna have a lot of waste on your pineapple no matter what, so you just really wanna get all of this off. Okay, so Trisha, you wanna make sure it's nice and clean. You don't have any of those little eyelets on there. And then we cut it in quarters and get rid of that core right there. You get rid of the core on every single piece.
Oh, because the core is kind of bitter, right?
Yeah, and cut it really thin and really small because you're going to be putting it in the salsa. So you kind of want everything cut about the same size, right? Okay, so we're going to start off with the pineapple. put that in there. And then to make it a salsa, you know, we need to have some other goodies. So we've got a little squeeze of lime, which always just brings out a great flavor. And these are good limes too. You could also do a little zest if you wanted to. We're gonna do some red pepper too, even upping the ante for vitamin C. So let's get the red pepper in there. Some green onion and some cilantro. And when you're working with cilantro, you can use both the stems and the leaves. So you can really kind of make a nice flavor with that. If you want to add a spice to it, get a jalapeno in there. Just let that sit covered for like 2 hours and you're going to have yourself an awesome flavorful salad. Like I said, add black beans if you want to do vegetarian, or you can put it over some meat and really make it kind of just a nice, light, fresh.
While it's still snowing and we have snow drifts outside, you can have a little taste
Lighten
of
it
the
up a
tropics
little. Yeah.
with pineapple salsa. Okay, Tracy, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Vail Daily Live. Want to give you another look at the weather this morning. It's beautiful out right now. We're seeing temperatures in the mid to upper 50s already for the valley. We got Vail at 57, Edwards at 63, Avon 61, and Eagles 63. Denver 73 also. So that's what it's looking like right now. We've got plenty of sunshine at the moment, but we'll see the clouds build by later on this afternoon. And we do have a chance of showers, about a 40 to 60% as we get into the afternoon, between 3 and 5, for some thunderstorms to roll into the area. Depending on where you're at, you may be affected by this. Maybe not as much down valley, but I think anyone, even if it may kind of hamper some of your scheduled activities, I think we're definitely happy to see some rain. I had a little bit of rain where I lived in Edwards last night. I was talking to the St. Vincent Health folks from Leadville. They said they got dumped on. So it's good that some part of the state did get some rain. But here's a look at what we have for today. Upper 70s for Saturday. Sunday, same type of thing. We're a little bit cooler than we were earlier this week. We were in the 80s, upper 80s in Vail, which is pretty warm. Not so much for down valley. Eagle and Gypsum, they experience those temperatures all the time. They were in the 90s. I drove home from work one afternoon and it was 91 in Edwards. But there's a look at the weather. Want to thank Possibilities in Avon for their weekly art expo. Discover your next masterpiece. We're going to be checking in with them because this weekly masterpiece kicks off on Wednesday, the 23rd of June. So check out Avon and check out some of the new art pieces and the artists that go along with it. But yeah, it feels good right now. Charlie's standing by. We're going to check in with that. And Charlie, how does it feel out there? You're down there at the base. That was such an interesting interview with John Fielder and Jerry Norgren, just to learn about the history of the names.
I am so I'm a bit of a geek with mountains and stuff, and they're actually meeting with, I forget his name, John, who has just climbed Mount Everest. So if there's a documentary about mountains and hiking and Everest, I've watched it. So that was so interesting to meet them and have a book. I was just flicking through it, and so head on over to the bookworm and get your book, your signed copy. It's such a beautiful book for your coffee table.
Yeah.
The paintings, the sketches, and the photography in it is just unreal. So I'm so excited to read it.
Yeah, and just to go over to the bookworm today to meet John, and he's done so many other things, you know, with his historical accounts and just his photography everywhere. He's quite a character. He's fun to talk to. And then, you know, just all the knowledge that Jerry has, you know, I guess she's a 5th generation Coloradan and just knows a lot. And how neat that they've been able to, you know, archive all that information. And she's been able to see it firsthand with their journal journals look like, what their maps, their primitive maps look like back in the day. And it's nice that that's all chronicled in the book. So 12 noon to 2 o'clock. And do you guys have any plans for a Father's Day?
I shouldn't tell because my husband's watching and I wanted it to be a surprise, but I think the Western has some good stuff going on, and I really like their patio and their view of Beaver Creek, so I think we'll head there for a bit tomorrow. And it's my husband's first Father's Day, so that's fun.
Okay, good. All right. Well, little baby Bowie will have to get him a card.
Yes,
Okay.
he has a card and we have a gift for him. So
Okay, perfect. All right. And a few more things going on for Father's Day. They're doing a fun thing with Cars and Coffee. If you're part of this group, it's just a local organization that Cars and Coffee, they're just car enthusiasts that get together on select Sundays, and they're going to do their big event. Actually, is it today? It's today. All right, 9:30 to 11 a.m. I think. I can barely read that. But it's Cars and Coffee. It's down at Habitat Restore. So for more information, there we go. Yep, 9:30 to 11:30. Habitat Restore, right at 750 Chambers Avenue in Eagle. Stop by and check out the cars while you sip some coffee. It's free and open to the public. And even if you don't have that car that you dream about, just stop by, talk to some of the people that do. We have quite a few amazing cars in some garages here throughout Colorado. But we're going to take it out to Brazos now. Brazos, so you mentioned that you're going to actually be home with your daughter tomorrow, and you're going to let your wife and her mother go get pedicures?
Yeah, manicures and pedicures, mom, and if you're good with your wife and your mother-in-law, life is smooth.
Oh, yeah. If the wife is happy, happy wife, happy life.
That is
So
right.
you got it right there. Well, it looks like the tents are starting to open up at the Arts Festival.
Correct. Yeah, and the weather started getting nice here. The clouds disappear. Some beautiful pieces of art all over the place. I'm super excited to walk this thing. I'm gonna stay around, find a coffee, and start talking with some people. This is very cool.
I know. Sorry, we've been keeping you from your morning coffee run that you love to do.
It's all good. It's
Okay,
all good. I
perfect.
have an espresso machine at home, so I don't leave the house until I have my coffee.
Okay,
This is normally my second cup. So
All right, yeah, but you can handle it. All right, perfect. Well, thank you, Brazos. Thanks, Charlie, as well. And we will see you guys all tomorrow. And don't forget, you can watch us later in the day or tell your friends to watch us later in the day. We're on demand. We can be found on YouTube, on Facebook, Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and then we're also a podcast on Spotify. So if you're going out for a bike ride, maybe you're going to walk the dog later, or some people that are driving up from Denver, just tell them to tune in, and they can find out all the details of what's going on for Father's Day, that book signing at the Bookworm, about the 14ers history, the naming of the 14ers history, and so much more. So thanks for joining us today. We'll see you tomorrow bright and early at 7 a.m.